Hi and welcome to today's tutorial. We left off having done this JavaScript code, and we managed to look at it, this alert from both Firefox and Chrome. So today, as I promised, we are going to look at JavaScript, but now we are not going to use the in-text script. We are going to use it in a separate file. So let's go straight ahead. So what we'll need to do, just like we did with CSS, we create a new file. Let's call it main.js. JS here is the extension for JavaScript. So if we are saving a file as JavaScript, we use that. Then I'll just save it. Then I'll come here and check my content, this one, and bring it to my main script. But then now here we don't need the script tag, we remove it. So there we go. I like using Chrome because of its debug functionality with JavaScript. As you can see, our button still has this function, show alert. You'll realize that right now, if I click it, nothing will basically happen, and the reason is, yes, we have this and we have our file, but we've not linked the two. So how we are going to link the two is, we will, again, this time we will come to our head, and then we type script. Now our script tag, it's just the tag, like exactly the same way as we had it previously. As you can see, it's an opening and closing tag. And then we come and introduce this attribute called source is equals to, so in this case ours is main.js. Maybe just to show you that when we try to click here, there is an error that comes. You can see because we clicked multiple times. Let's just refresh and you can see. So as I click, an error comes, and the error is that show alert is not defined, and that is what we've just done now. So I'll save it and reload and see what happens. So when I click on it, as you can see, it comes. Now, something that I thought it's important for you to know, and you will get to interact with it over time. Previously, it was not recommended to put this JavaScript in the head section of your code, and the reason is because sometimes you are using a JavaScript to manipulate some elements in your web page, but then the script loads before your web page. So what happens is that you may be referring to an element, say sidebar, but since the script had already loaded before the page itself finished loading, it will give you an error because the sidebar was not defined as at that time. So mostly what used to happen is that you would be advised to put the scripts just before the end of your body tag, like here, and this ensures that your HTML loads first and then the JavaScript, but it is the working is just the same. Much as that was the case in the recent past, there have been changes, and today you can add for example, if you have your script, you would, for example, just add defer here. And what this means is that you still have your script here, but it will allow the page to load first before now the script loads. So it is still the same effect. It will just be the same as if you had put your script at the end of the page. I would want to do something just for you to appreciate JavaScript more and get to appreciate the many things it can do. We want to add another function in addition to this one. For showing the alert, we want another button that we will use to show or hide this image here. So what we will do is that let's just add it next to this one button, and then for this one we say show image. Now I'm going to show you a different way of doing it. So we can give it an ID. Let's say that one, show hide image. Can give it that ID, and then so we could come here and say on click toggle show image. Do that. So basically what we want is that so our button is here, show image. So we want initially this image is not visible, will not be visible, and this button will be saying show image. Let's add some space there. So this will be saying show image. So on clicking it, this should show, and the text here should change to hide image. So this button already has an ID, and then our image, where is our image? There it is. Yeah, it already has an ID. Let's just use the same naming convention, so that let me change this to, let me just call it show image. Don't have to put the button there. Okay, let me just have it. So if we come to our JavaScript, then we come and create our function. So we said it's called toggle show image. So just use that. So we will come and say we define a variable. A variable is, for instance, we want to access this image. We will store it in what we call a variable temporarily. So first of all, because we want to hide the image, we'll come to its property, to its properties in style here. Where is it? Main image, yes. And then we put it to display. We make it none. So what this simply means is that it will not be visible. There we go. So the image is there, but it's not visible. So then we will come here and say image. Now we want to, this is a variable that will be storing the value of the image. So now to access that image, we use document dot get element by and our ID in this case is this one, main image. And then we do the same for the button. Document dot get element by ID. Sorry. This one also is supposed to have a quote, and our ID here will be this one, btn show image. So what we want to do is, because we are toggling, we say we use what we call an if statement. If is just defining the conditions under which something will be happening. So we say if image, now we are referring to now the image, this one, which is storing the value of the image, dot style dot display is equals to null. None. So what we are saying is that if the image is not visible, we should make it visible. Image dot style dot display is equals to block, and then otherwise, so we say else, that is if the image is not visible. I mean, if the image is here, this means that if the image is not visible, we make it visible, so we display it as block. Otherwise, if it is visible, we say image dot style dot display is equals to none. That is the first part of it. So let's reload and see how that works out. As you can see, it's a bit slow, but it's working. So if we look at the property of the image, the display is block. I've noticed something, but I'll fix that. So here is a property that we are modifying, that is for main image. So if we click, the image is not shown, so the display is none. And then we click it again, the display is block, as you can see. So it shows there. And then in addition to that, we want this button to also to change. Here it's supposed to show, now this way it's showing okay, it's supposed to be show image, but when I click on it, it should change to hide image. So that would be, we would say button dot inner HTML is equals to, you can, with JavaScript you can use either single quotes or double quotes, both of them work. So button dot inner HTML, let's say we make it hide image, that is when it is showing. And here this changes to show image. So So let's reload it and try and see what happens. Show image. Oh, I think this one was supposed to be this. Sorry about that. Yeah, so this one should be in caps. That is the reason why it was giving us that error. So if we reload again, so we click show image, you can see this one has changed to hide image, hide, show, hide, show. Yeah, so that is basically an introduction to JavaScript, and yeah, we will do more JavaScript as we continue.
If you enjoyed this video, kindly like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. See you in the next